So Nutuma, what are you making of this G20 in India के अंदर क्या mood है? What's it like? How it is being discussed in media, in public? कि ये जो G20 conference हुई है, is it being considered a big success? India is on a global stage, और do you believe कि ये जो इतने बड़े leaders का आना, इसको कैसे देखा जा रहा है? पहले तो ये बताएं.
पहली बात तो ये that the G20 is a very big event and naturally for all Indians it was a matter of great pride कि India was able to host this kind of an event at such a large scale without any difficulty. I mean, I think it is a marker of great leadership on the part of Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi for sure, because he was able to envision this and he actually wanted to host the G20 around India's 75th independence. So it is in sync with that. I think the way that the event has been portrayed in the media is highly positive. सभी को इस बात की बहुत खुशी है कि we got this opportunity और दिल्ली ने इसकी मेज़बानी की. That is also a very big thing. As a Delhiite also I say that because we've taken the initiative, we've taken the lead right from the time of Asian Games to the Delhi CWG and now the G20. It shows the ability of India to host major events and naturally that's one aspect. Diplomatically also it's a big win for India because we were able to get so many countries together. Also the fact that we were able to invite some other countries including Bangladesh or other major countries like Egypt and among others to the conference was seen as a major highlight because उससे पता चलता है कि there's that vision कि what we can achieve in the future and of course the inclusion of the African Union as a member of the G20 and now it's G21. That makes it another very important step because it shows कि the charismatic leadership और आगे India और कितने steps ले सकता है to become a face of the global south or become a leader of the global south.
अनुपमा, ये बताइएगा कि प्राइम मिनिस्टर मोदी how is being treated? Do you think that the Indians believe that वो एक उनका एक एज गैप है, ठीक है? Obviously इंडिया की एक बहुत ज़्यादा यंग पॉपुलेशन है, लेकिन ही इज़ आई थिंक समवेयर अराउंड 73 74 उनकी एज है, बट ही इज़ वेरी एनर्जेटिक, ही इज़ वेरी एक्टिव. G20 से पहले वो इंडिया आसियान समिट पे गए हुए थे. ही इज़ ऑलवेज ऑन द गो. बड़ी एनर्जी है. क्या द इंडियन यूथ फील्स के द प्राइम मिनिस्टर मोदी जो है उनके अंदर जो एनर्जी है ही कैन डिलीवर देम, और दे बिलीव के नहीं उनके अंदर देयर शुड बी चेंज ऑफ लीडरशिप? क्योंकि इस वक्त एक पार्टी का जो फेस है, ही इज अ फेस ऑफ वन पार्टी एंड ही इज बेसिकली अ फेस ऑफ इंडिया टू द फैक्ट देयर इज नो लीडर एट द मोमेंट ऑफ हिज स्टेचर इन इंडियन पॉलिटिक्स. यूथ कैसे देखती है प्राइम मिनिस्टर मोदी?
I think overall the youth views him rather positively right from 2014, the year he was elected. In fact, as the chief minister of Gujarat also, I have relatives in Ahmedabad and other places. He was viewed rather positively even there, and this ability to hop, skip, and jump, as I might say it, is something that is part of his personality right from the time he was the chief minister of Gujarat. So he's always been very energetic, and that's something which is a positive, I think. To say that he's 70 plus but still able to do so much is remarkable, a feat, because I don't know how I'll be at 70, but the youth views it rather positively. I mean, I think it also shows that he enjoys the work that he does. I mean, foreign policy, for instance, is very much a part of his domestic policy as well. So he understands that he needs to deliver on that front to be re-elected. I mean, G20 is one of the major things on which his re-election might take place next year. And naturally because of that he's very very focused on it, so that entails a lot of traveling, that entails a lot of hard work. The MEA as well as the PMO take it very seriously, so it has also broadened and deepened an understanding of foreign policy within the domestic audience, because when you see a very active prime minister who is taking India overseas, it helps to build a certain image of the country overseas. And that was the need of the hour because Indians have been traveling abroad since the 70s, 80s. I mean, if I were to talk about my own family, my parents, my grandparents, and now me as a student, I think it has helped that we have a prime minister who is willing to showcase what India is all about to an international audience. Because उससे क्या होता है कि जो there may have been certain inhibitions or certain kind of stereotypical understanding of the country that may have existed. Now it's changing because people view it more positively. People view Indians more positively. If there was any trust deficit that was there, or there were concerns about how business was conducted, Prime Minister Modi has tried to address those concerns and tried to bring about a change. Of course, a lot has to be done even now, but then that is something that the youth certainly views very positively.
बिल्कुल ठीक है। अच्छा ये बताइएगा कि ये जो कॉरिडोर इंडिया ने जो वहाँ प्रपोज किया और प्राइम मिनिस्टर मोदी जो हैं वो उसमें इंडिया मिडल ईस्ट यूरोपियन यूनियन का, डू यू बिलीव एज ए पॉलिटिकल एनालिस्ट, आप लिखती भी हैं, आप पॉलिटिक्स को भी देखती हैं, आपको लगता है कि इंडिया ये कर पाएगा? एक कर पाएगा? सेकंड, व्हाट इज द मोटिव बिहाइंड इट इज टू काउंटर चाइना BRI, it is to emerge as a player in the Middle East, or it is India is doing to bring Saudi Arabia in American bloc as well. आप कैसे देखती हैं इस कॉरिडोर को या इस विजन को?
To give a more simplified understanding, I think it is also a connectivity project. So India wants to improve connectivity with all its neighbors. I think such plans have been in the making vis-a-vis Bangladesh, connecting the Northeast, Act East policy. अगर आप देखें, the Look East policy, Act East policy, जिसे that was also envisaged with similar goal. Similarly, India has seen a lot of, especially under Prime Minister Modi, India has seen many diplomatic, we have made diplomatic overtures towards the Middle East during Prime Minister Modi's era, and from 2014 to the present time, we have seen that the Middle East has emerged as a major ally. I mean, and I think the fact that we have benefited so much is also a reflection of the fact that Prime Minister Modi wants to improve connectivity links. You should not forget that a huge Indian diaspora lives there, and it's been a long-standing demand. And obviously, with time, जब हमारे रिश्ते बेहतर हुए हैं, तो there has been this view कि we need to improve connectivity with the region. तो उस तरह देखिए, क्योंकि अगर आप देखें तो फ्लाइट्स के कंसिडरेशन से we have more flights now to the Middle East. तो अब उसको बढ़ा के ये इनिशिएटिव भी उसी तरह लिया गया है. Of course, when you talk about the geopolitical aspects, yes, it will help to establish India as a player. But then there is a power vacuum. There is that concern within the Middle East as the United States is moving away from the region, where India can play a very good role and a very positive role in the region, not as a mediator or anything, but as a stakeholder, as a positive stakeholder who can help with business, who has Indians have a very Indians have been part of the establishment, have had a role to play in different regions, whether in the United States or in the UK, and we've seen कि ज़्यादातर there is no trust deficit. People who are working, the Indian diaspora who's working in different companies abroad, we've seen that the local population trusts them. तो उसी basis पे Prime Minister Modi or even the Indian population is viewed positively. So therefore, India has been welcomed into the region. मुझे लगता है people to people ties को भी बढ़ावा मिलेगा, connectivity projects को भी बढ़ावा मिलेगा. सिर्फ इसको as a counter to China देखना is not right. I really wanted to make the BRI work. I mean, it's been almost a decade. They could have established a lot more. I mean, that is my point. I mean, India did not launch this project only thinking about the BRI, I think.
ये बिल्कुल सही है, लेकिन obviously India didn't join the BRI one, and India kept opposing BRI wherever it went. And आपको पता है कि Italian Prime Minister, while sitting in Delhi, said that I am getting out of the BRI. So it means obviously आप इसे कनेक्टिविटी भी कहेंगे, लेकिन ऑब्वियसली समथिंग काउंटर टू इट, बिकॉज आपने एक ऑलरेडी इस तरह के एस्टैब्लिश प्रोजेक्ट की मुखालफत भी की है और वहाँ से लोग भी निकाले हैं. सो बट आई एग्री, प्राइमरली द मेन पर्पस इज कनेक्टिविटी, लेकिन बाकी
in a multipolar world, India has never said that India does not believe in the idea of the entire summit. The G20 summit was Vasudeva Kutumbakam, that the world is a family, and China was very much invited to the summit. It chose not to be there. So that's another
No,
story.
the
But
Chinese were there,
but
but the president was not there. The
yeah, I
premier
mean
was
the Chinese was no, in the sense that we would have, I mean, it would have made a bigger difference. I mean, if Xi Jinping himself visited India, it would have obviously sent out a certain signal ki haan, obviously there were concerns related to how the war is taking place in Russia, and there were other concerns. But if you were to look at the IMEC as a project, the IIM, the connectivity project, yes, we have our concerns. We had our concerns related to the BRI, but that was genuine because obviously, as things are unfolding, China and India are emerging as contenders. You know, there is competition, conflict, and cooperation that's coexisting in this era. So it's there. But ऐसा नहीं है कि China and India have a completely, I mean, there's a, you know, there are no diplomatic ties. तो वो भी है. There
how
are
has
points
India
of convergence and divergence at the same time.
एकलव्य न्यूज इंडिया, अंतर्राष्ट्रीय खबरों का मंच।